Have you ever jolted awake in the middle of the night? Your calf muscles clenched so tight you couldn't move, and pain surged like electricity through your leg. You might think, maybe I slept in a bad position. Maybe it's just age. But what if I told you that this pain could be your body's cry for help, a signal that it's missing something vital, not medicine, not surgery, but 3 simple vitamins that your body once absorbed easily, but now is quietly lacking? I'm Dr. James. I've spent over 4 decades studying musculoskeletal health in seniors, and today, I'll take you deep into the truth behind the top 3 vitamins that stop cramps and rebuild leg strength. This video isn't a magic pill promise. It's about science-backed solutions. These same protocols have helped thousands of seniors walk again without fear. In this episode, we'll answer 3 burning questions. Why are your legs growing weaker even though you eat well? Which vitamins could bring back your balance and strength? How can you restore your muscles without expensive supplements? Stick around, because not only will I share the latest research from Harvard Medical School and the World Health Organization, but I'll also tell you about my patient, Frank, a 76-year-old who was days away from needing a walker, until we made one critical change. After just a few minutes, I'll explain exactly why these vitamins work, how long they take to make a difference, and how you can start seeing results without expensive pills or complex routines. Let's begin. Let me introduce you to Evelyn. She's 78. When she first walked, or rather shuffled into my clinic, she clung to her son's arm for balance. Her legs trembled with every step, her face clouded in shame. "I eat fine," she said. "I try to move every day, but I just keep getting weaker." Her son added, "She used to be strong, doctor, but ever since Dad passed, she stays inside all day. She barely eats breakfast anymore, mostly bread and cheese." Unfortunately, Evelyn's story is far too common. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 50% of seniors over age 65 are deficient in at least one vitamin essential for nerve and muscle function. That deficiency isn't just a number, it's a warning sign. I told her something that shocked her. Your legs didn't get weaker because of age. They got weaker because they're undernourished. You see, aging alone doesn't rob you of strength. What does? Missing key nutrients like vitamin B12, vitamin D, and magnesium, the holy trinity your body needs to keep nerves firing and muscles moving. Evelyn agreed to try a simple plan. Real food, small steps, consistent nutrients. And 3 weeks later she came back walking in, no help. She looked at me and said, "I feel like myself again." That transformation didn't come from expensive treatments or gym workouts. It came from knowledge. And now I'll show you exactly which vitamins made the biggest difference, how to get them affordably, and why 60% of seniors are unknowingly missing them. Let me ask you this. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your legs might give out? Do your calves twitch when you're just walking around the house? Have you had to hold onto the wall just to stay steady? These are not just normal signs of aging. They are red flags. Your body is quietly asking for help. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that over 60% of seniors over age 65 are deficient in at least one of 3 essential vitamins. B12, D, or magnesium. That's not just coincidence, that's an epidemic. Here are 3 silent signs that your legs may be starving for support. 1. Weakness and unsteadiness. If you feel like your legs are betraying you, wobbly, tired, unstable, it might be due to prolonged vitamin B12 or D deficiency. B12 supports the myelin sheath that protects your nerves. Without it, your brain's signals to your muscles get scrambled. 2. Tingling or numbness. That crawling feeling in your legs, like ants dancing across your feet. Or a burning sensation that shows up at night. That's often linked to B12 deficiency, which damages the nervous system's insulation and causes misfiring signals. 3. Nighttime cramps. If you've ever leapt out of bed clutching your calf from sudden, searing pain, there's a good chance your body is low in magnesium and vitamin D. These 2 work in tandem to allow smooth muscle contractions and prevent spasms. I've seen patients who dismissed these signs for years, until one day they couldn't get up without help. But remember, your body speaks in whispers before it screams. These symptoms are whispers, and now you know how to listen. Part 4. The Vital Trio, B12D, and Magnesium Explained. Think of your legs like an elite army unit. Every time you walk, rise from a chair, or step downstairs, this leg army springs into action. But like any army, it needs strong commanders. In this case, there are 3. 1. Vitamin B12, the electric signal commander. I often tell my patients, B12 is like the plastic casing around an electrical wire. When we're young, this insulation is thick and efficient. Messages from the brain to your legs travel fast and clear. But as you age, and especially after 60, your stomach loses the acid it needs to absorb B12 from food. The result? Weak, misfiring signals to your muscles. That's when the "my legs don't belong to me" feeling begins. Fun fact: a 2021 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 65 with low B12 had a 3x higher risk of falls due to balance problems. 2. Vitamin D, the foundation builder. Vitamin D doesn't just keep bones strong. It activates muscle fibers and helps you maintain posture and coordination. Without enough D, your legs may feel heavy, sluggish, or even shaky. The problem: as we get older, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight to vitamin D. Add in less time outdoors, and your reserves run dangerously low. Sun Hu Insight: over 1 billion people worldwide are deficient in vitamin D, many of them seniors. Yet just 15 minutes of morning sun can make a measurable difference. 3. Magnesium, the rhythm keeper. Magnesium is the unsung hero. It helps muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without it, cramps sneak in, especially at night. Ever had a Charlie horse at 2 a.m.? That's likely your body screaming for magnesium. Light Bulb Cleveland Clinic confirms that magnesium deficiency is a top cause of sleep-interrupting cramps, particularly in older adults. Still with me? Good. Because next I'll show you how to get all 3 of these vitamins naturally from food, light, and a few daily habits you can start tomorrow. No pills, no cost, just real change. Part 5. Natural sources and how to absorb them correctly. Let's be honest. You don't need a cabinet full of expensive supplements. In fact, many seniors already eat the right foods, but don't absorb the nutrients because of how and when they eat. Let's fix that right now. 1 vitamin B12 from protein, not pills. Your stomach acid is the key that unlocks B12 from food. But after age 60, your stomach makes less acid. That's why even if you eat meat, you might still be deficient. What to do? Eat 1 boiled egg or a piece of boiled chicken daily. Pair it with green vegetables to aid digestion. If you're vegetarian, plain yogurt is a great alternative. Avoid high-heat frying, it destroys B12. Test tube tip. Eat protein-rich meals earlier in the day when your digestion is stronger. Breakfast or lunch is ideal. 2. Vitamin D, sunlight plus simple foods. Sunlight is free medicine. Your skin converts UVB rays into vitamin D, but only in the morning and only if you expose enough skin. What to do? Sit outside for 10-15 minutes before 9 a.m. Let sunlight touch your arms and face. Eat salmon or sardines twice a week. These fish are D powerhouses. No fish. Try milk or fortified plant-based milk with added D. Harvard Health notes that even minimal morning sun exposure can normalize vitamin D levels in older adults within 3-4 weeks. 3. Magnesium, seeds, greens, and bananas. Magnesium is hidden in everyday foods, if you know where to look. What to do? Snack on a handful of pumpkin seeds or almonds daily. Eat leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard with dinner. Before bed, half a banana can stop nighttime cramps cold. Warning: don't take magnesium supplements unless prescribed. Too much can cause diarrhea or kidney issues. 3 o'clock timing matters. Protein B12 equals morning or midday. Sunlight D equals early morning. Magnesium equals afternoon to evening. These aren't magic tricks. They're tiny daily shifts. Over time, they rebuild your strength from the inside out, quietly but powerfully. Part 6. Patient Transformations, Michael's Story. Now let me tell you about Michael. Michael is 82, a retired mechanic, hands calloused, voice gravelly. A man who once fixed engines now couldn't walk for more than 5 minutes without being crippled by leg cramps. "I thought I'd end up in a wheelchair," he said the first time we met. "I didn't want to be a burden on my kids." I could see it in his eyes, that quiet fear so many seniors carry. Not of death, but of dependence. But Michael's body hadn't failed him. It had been starved of what it needed: nutrients. Years of poor absorption, skipped breakfasts, and indoor living had drained his reserves. So we kept it simple. No pills, just 3 actions. 10 minutes of morning sun, a boiled egg or sardines at lunch, half a banana and some spinach for dinner. In the first week, not much changed. But by week 3, he said, "I didn't cramp last night for the first time in months." By week 6, he walked into my clinic alone. No cane, no help. He pulled out a chair, sat down slowly, and grinned like a man who had just rebuilt himself. That wasn't a miracle. That was biology finally given what it needed. And here's the lesson: direct hit you don't need to fight aging. You need to fuel recovery. No matter your age, 70, 80, even 90, your muscles, nerves, and bones are still listening. The moment you begin to nourish them, they respond. You just need to take the first step. Part 7. Timeline of recovery plus how to maintain long-term strength. So now you're thinking, how long will it take before I actually feel stronger? That's the right question, because healing isn't instant, it's a rhythm, a sequence. And yes, it has a timeline. Based on decades of treating seniors with leg weakness and nighttime cramps, here's what I've consistently seen. Stopwatch week 1-2. Subtle signals begin. If you're consistent with the basics, morning sun, better breakfast, and magnesium at night, your body will start rebalancing. You might not feel stronger yet, but you'll notice fewer cramps during sleep, slightly better balance standing up, less morning stiffness in your legs. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that magnesium and vitamin D levels can begin restoring nerve-muscle communication in just 10-14 days when diet and exposure are consistent. Stopwatch week 3-4. Energy and coordination improve. By this stage, your muscles begin firing more accurately. You walk with more confidence. Fatigue doesn't hit as early in the day. Cramps may be gone completely or reduced to mild twitches. This is when many of my patients say, "I feel like I'm waking up again." That's your body rebuilding trust in itself. Stopwatch week 6-8. Noticeable strength returns. Legs feel firmer. You can climb stairs with less fear. Simple acts, watering your plants, getting up to answer the door, don't feel like a workout anymore. This is also when I remind patients, hammer maintenance beats miracle. What you do next keeps the gains. Counterclockwise arrows button long-term strength. The 5 golden habits. Never skip breakfast. B12 needs consistency. Get 10-15 minutes of morning sun, even on cloudy days. Eat 1 serving of fish or eggs daily. Include leafy greens and seeds in 1 meal per day. Move a little every single day. Walking helps vitamins reach your muscles. Even 10 minutes of slow walking amplifies nutrient delivery by boosting circulation. In a moment, I'll sum everything up with a mantra that I've shared with every single one of my patients. A line I hope you'll say to yourself every morning. But first, I want to leave you with one final story of someone who thought their independence was gone forever, until they proved themselves wrong. Part 8. Final story plus conclusion plus mantra to live by. Before we end, I want to share one last story about a woman named Evelyn. She was 78, soft-spoken, and always wore a pearl brooch on her cardigan. But when she first visited my clinic, she held tightly onto her son's arm, terrified to walk down a single step alone. "I eat," she whispered. "I try to move, but I'm still getting weaker. Is this just old age?" I looked her in the eye and said, "No, Evelyn, this isn't age, this is deficiency." We started with just 3 things. A full breakfast with boiled eggs and greens, morning sunlight on her porch, a magnesium-rich dinner with spinach and half a banana. 3 weeks later, she returned, walking into the room by herself. No assistance, no cane. Her face was glowing, not from makeup, but from confidence. She looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "I thought I had disappeared, but I was just waiting to come back." That's what I want you to remember. You are not your symptoms. You are not your age. You are your habits. And your body is waiting for a signal. Just one signal that says, I still want to live well. Here's the mantra I've shared with every patient. I am not helpless. Every day I will do one small thing to help my body. Say it every morning. Whisper it at night. Because when your mind leads, your muscles follow. If this talk gave you even 1% more clarity, please hit subscribe and comment below, I'm ready to rebuild. Not for me, for you. And remember, this is just the beginning. Backhand index pointing right in the next video. I'll show you 5 exercises seniors can do at home to strengthen legs without putting pressure on the knees. Click here to keep going. You're not done yet. Stay steady, stay hopeful. Dr. James.